Today, it's really a reflection moment in the BDC story. Everyone that knows BDC as the founding investment partner of Botswana, having set up the airline, having set up the insurance industry in Botswana, having built the manufacturing industries from the likes of Kalahari breweries, Coca-Cola, and the rest. Over time, what we've seen is that BDC has lost or diverted a little bit from what it had out to do. We started doing what we call sexy deals, moved towards return and forgetting our people. Last year in November, change was delivered, but change requires boldness, decisiveness, and an edge to support our people in manners that have never been done before. So how do we as BDC play that role? Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to reflect on our journey a little bit to take you back. We were founded in 1971 as an investment, in 1970 as an investment arm of government. As I've already stated, we've built industries. We were set up to create economic development and aid in shareholder value. As I've already indicated, the shareholder value delivered in numbers does not necessarily mean that it trickles down to our people. So today we are going to experience first right from what we as BDC, myself and the rest of my staff, commit to the rest of Botswana. Quick facts about BDC. I've already indicated that we are 100% owned by government, spread across numerous industries, and over time we've built businesses that you see today supporting the industry. But as you can see from the numbers, our profitability has started trickling down. So what is worse is that if our profitability is trickling down and we are not creating the impact for our people, then why do we exist? Ladies and gentlemen, over the last couple of weeks, we have experienced our leadership try to craft a new path for Botswana, which now is known as the Botswana Economic and Transformational Program. As BDC, we sat back and say, how do we play our role? How do we play our role to bring fresh thinking in the way we do things? How do we become that new engine for economic growth and impact? How do we create the jobs that our people so hungrily request from us as the leadership of this country? And how do we reposition our country to be competitively, regionally and globally? How do we support inclusive industries for sustainable economic development? These questions have led us to craft a new path of boldness and decisiveness to actually stand before you today and say, we stand to make a difference. And that difference is what we're about to unveil for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, as I've already said, we have quite an array of investment portfolios. We've invested across different value chains from manufacturing, healthcare, services, energy, transport and logistics, and all of these investments are now in mature companies. So how do we balance between what is mature and what is necessary for our people? This requires us to now start saying, we are now transitioning from an investment company that has historically made impact, transitioned to financial investment business. Now we are saying we are now moving to what is globally known as impact investing. Ladies and gentlemen, our vision is to turn BDC into a mega company. That is the promise that our leadership has made to our people. That is the promise that we are taking on our shoulders to say, yes, we can. Impact comes with sitting back and saying, what is needed? Government needs jobs. Government needs income in taxes. Government needs innovative solutions towards reducing the energy efficiencies of our people. Government needs us as investment professionals to take decisions that reduces the financial burden on our citizens. We sit with assets that are sitting idle that could be optimized to reduce that trolley price for our citizens at the shops. I'll take an example to indicate that we have a state-of-the-art farm in Lobatse. It's a dairy processing facility. It's been sitting idle for 10 years. It has one of the best rotaries, one of the best put by Gia. Gia is a German original equipment manufacturers that put this plant there, and we've not been able to execute. We import over 80% of milk, and our citizens are having now to pay for even the foreign exchange pressures that we see there. If we're able to then optimize this asset, get the production in-house, we create the jobs, we get the milk cheaper in the shelf space, our people are able to now save in buying that milk. That is what you call impact. And that is an example of how we are going to look at all our portfolio companies to say, how do you support Botswana with the little that they have to live a better life? We have crafted our way forward around the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We've picked just 3 that says we ascribe to these 3, which is zero hunger, good health and well-being, decent jobs and economic growth. But over and above these 3 primary SDGs, we will be supported by our partnership for the goals. There are about 17 goals. We are not saying that we will concentrate on the 3. That is why our partnership for the goals is very important, that we will embark to cover all, but over and above, our people can no longer be hungry. Our people need proper health care. We sit with hospitals in our businesses that we can work with and government to say, how do we now provide better health care for our people and decent work? If we start putting these industries, these businesses up and running, development happening, that does means we're bringing our people into work and changing lives. We will prioritize sectors that we believe that can aid in our economic development, from agribusiness, energy and climate, healthcare, financial services, import substitution, media and technology. These sectors are a priority areas over the short to medium term, as we believe that if we embark on a bold, intentional investment strategy, we're able to realize what we need to actually change the lives of our people. But to be able to get there, no house doesn't go without challenges. I think, Mr. President, when you entered into this administration, what you thought was there, you found is not there. It is the same for us. What we thought was there is not there. The balance sheet is currently under pressure, and we need to try and solve the balance sheet to be able to then propel forward. How do we plan on doing this? We are saying we will do it ourselves. We will pay down debt. We will invest in high impact sectors and create the jobs that are needed by our people. We will become an active investor. The times of us putting money in a project like Milk Africa, I will use it a lot so that I don't confuse you with many projects that were there. And we come and sit in our nice glass building, expect the milk to milk itself. I think that is done. I implore our employees that if it means you get on those overalls, see that those cows land in country, see that you are able to make sure that it milks and that milks get converted into other products that our people need. Then let there be it. I know that we went to school to study finance and say, I'm a finance professional, I want to look good in my suit. But that time is gone. Our people need us to play a different role. And I'm sure you will feel good about ourselves to having changed the lives of your people. Let's think different, act different, and execute at speed. One of the strategies that we are launching today is an asset recycling strategy, which is part of our asset recycling path. About 6 to about 7 years ago, the government took a decision to allow BDC to invest outside Botswana, in them trying to say, go look for better returns outside. Once you've made the returns, plow them back into the economy. What we've realized is that the liquidity pressures in country requires us to think differently. We've taken a bold decision to say we are going to divest outside Botswana, bring back that money in country, invest in the needed high impact sectors that will change the lives of our people. In addition to that, as you would have seen yesterday, we are also embarking on another strategy that you call off-balance sheet financing. Our balance sheet is small to create the big impact that a mega company ought to do. So we will be creating pockets and pockets of funds in addition to our balance sheet and utilizing our skills and resources to deliver the impact that our people needs. I think that came up yesterday through the leadership of Mr. President, where we signed with Mansour an infrastructure capital commitment that allows us to say we can start running today. The time to say there is no money to do things, that is in the past. That is yesterday. Today and tomorrow, we can be able to take a decision and say, we are doing it. That is our critical path to achieve our ambitious strategy of becoming an impact-focused investment house that is there to deliver for our people. In terms of the next steps, we will introduce this tool into our operational frameworks, our policies. We will develop a fit-for-purpose strategic plan and refine it, because I believe that we've already developed it. We need to refine it such that it can be acceptable in the corporate world, because from where I sit, we have the strategy, we need to run. We will review all our resources across the organization to say, do we have the right people in the right roles who are able to take action that is so required by those that have put us in this position. And the fourthly, we will execute unequivocally at speed and proper intention for our people. As I've already mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, this capital recycling strategy, we are targeting to bring back in country 1.5 billion pula over the next 12 months to put into these sectors that we believe can change the course of our direction. Today we're here to celebrate a step in the right direction onto that strategy. In 2021, in the midst of COVID, my dear friend there, Garth, and myself, we sat here over Teams, and we crafted one of the most successful transactions, I believe, in the Southern African hemisphere. We championed a leveraged buyout into an FMCG business listed in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. That investment has delivered returns consistently for BDC in terms of distributions back to BDC. And now today, I'm happy to say that now me coming back, having done that deal, I sit here today to shake your hands, my friend, to say, job well done. Thank you for the partnership and being able to return the capital that our people were so kindly to let you have. Thank you. So that investment reached us in February 2021. We executed it by March 2021. It's one of the fastest transactions that BDC has done in the recent past. We invested about 300 million pula into a leveraged buyout of approximately 1.5 billion rands into this acquisition in South Africa. Over time, BDC has received about 39.7 million pula in distributions, and today we're happy to report that we have now successfully exited that business to the tune of 400 million. This makes a profit of 130 million and a 47% return on investment, because we actually used debt to finance this transaction. We didn't use our money. We actually went into the market, raised 100% debt, and we extended this into this investment. It's one of those investments that makes us very proud to actually showcase to our partners. I see we have our lenders in-house. When you give us the money, we can go invest it and bring it back. And actually this proves that exits in the African continent are possible. The investment had some key investment attractions in terms of food security. This business currently supplies Botswana across many ranges of FMCG products. So us helping the business allowed us to actually safeguard the distribution in country. The business had solid management teams. I think we like to invest alongside management teams that know what they're doing. As much as we will be now supporting these businesses, we need to know that people that we partner with can deliver and deliver very well. Had a strong brand and the expected returns were compelling, and the risk mitigants that we had around doing the deal, I think, were well articulated with the help of our risk department there in terms of reducing the risk that we saw. And we're able to say today that focus and intention that we had in 2021 has currently now bear fruit, can prove to everyone that you can trust us with your capital to put it in the right businesses and exit and return back to you. The business has performed well over time. I'd like to touch why we're doing this. I've already touched that the reason we are exiting from these businesses is the money is needed back at home. Botswana needed, we needed to support them and to support the vision set by our leadership. As well, this improves the liquidity position and allows us to start harnessing that balance sheet to now start looking better. As we said, the balance sheet is currently under strain, so we need to start sorting it out and making sure that we are ready to make other impactful investments. So ladies and gentlemen, what is on the horizon from a BDC perspective? We've already indicated that yesterday we were able to have a capital commitment of 12 billion pula that we will be able to use in different industries that we believe are impactful, and those industries, once done well, our people can have the jobs, our government can start realizing the taxes that are needed. The cost of affordability in terms of what we do can look different. We're very excited, Mr. President, thank you for entrusting us with that responsibility to execute on this strategy, and we look forward to doing it. We know that our healthcare is currently under pressure. We're currently working towards trying to find ways to actually start supporting our people, and we can only say to you, watch the space. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for blessing us with your presence this afternoon. We do hope and look forward to your support in us as we propel to becoming one of the best impact-focused investment houses in the country. Thank you.